Hello YouTube, I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and thank you for checking out my video. I've streamed for dozens and dozens of hours for maybe 4 to 6 average viewers. I don't make a killing when it comes to Twitch by no means, but I didn't give up, and I won't quit, and here's why. I started streaming around November 2025. Me and my wife were watching a lot of Queso. We both really love Queso. He's a good guy. He's a good inspiration. And I was like, man, I wish I could be that good at streaming. And my wife said, well, why don't you give it a try? And, there was a lot of back and forth. I don't know. Nobody's going to watch me. Who would want to watch me? That's the mindset I had. And with her really pushing me and seeing how Queso is just himself when he streams it, he just has fun with it. I decided I got my PC, downloaded OBS, set up my stream, and I watched a lot of videos on how to make your Twitch channel successful, how to grow on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. All these videos that I've watched. And I noticed that when watching all those, you don't see very many people that's going through that journey, posting what they've done that helps, what's keeping them going. It's always these people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And here's why I keep pushing. I started out other than myself, I had 2 viewers. My wife, Streamlabs bot. That was it. But I kept going. And I kept trying to get more comfortable with it. Because when you first start, it is really difficult to talk to a chat with nobody in it that's not responding to you. Which, granted, when my wife could, because, she would watch the kids while I stream, when they weren't being chaotic, she would try to chat with me to help make that easier on me. Big shout out to my wife, because had it not been for her, I wouldn't have started this journey. I wouldn't hit my goal of getting affiliate. I wouldn't be making this video right now. But she tried to help me in any way she could, beat the camera shyness, beat the, talking to nobody. And that's tough, if you don't have somebody to talk to, if you can't get a friend to, come in your streams and chat with you, just try, even though you're not getting an answer, just try to continually speak. Another struggle was all this time of editing long form YouTube videos, editing YouTube shorts, the short amount of time that I did it on TikTok, editing these shorts, these clips from your Twitch streams and making these videos. It's aggravating in itself, but when you post those and you don't get the viewer count that you're hoping for, it sucks. It's going to discourage you. The discouragement is going to be a tough thing to fight through. But I promise, if you can fight through it and make your content enjoyable to where people are eventually going to discover you and start to trickle in, it's worth it. I'm going to try to give you some advice on what works for me. The things that work for me is, number one, like I said, even though there's nobody there, I just kept rambling on. Number two, I always try to I act as Twitch is my stage. My stream is my stage. I'm an entertainer. I try to make it fun. No matter what I'm playing, if I was playing Farming Simulator, I want to immerse myself in that game as much as possible. Like I'm actually in the game. And make it fun. I played Retro Rewind a lot on my stream. And one of the things that I would do was when my customers would come in with late fees, I'd try to be this funny manager that I would get up on my mic and, tell them as I'm upset, like I'm talking to a real life person in front of me. how I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to stand for it. If they return broken tapes, I would full on put my mic in a chokehold. And people seem to really think that was funny. Just try to be funny if that's you. My goal was I wanted to be a variety streamer. I wanted people to enjoy seeing me play whatever I'm playing, no matter what the game is. That I want to make them laugh. I want to make them have a good time. If that's not for you, that there's many niches out there that you can go with. If you're a really good competitive gamer, there's a lot of people that like that. If you're good at trick shots, people like that. If you're good at making challenges in game, like say you're playing Fortnite, oh, can I win this battle royale round with only using a pistol? People really like that. There's many things out there you can do, but in the same sense, you're going to start out at zero. That discouragement's going to be there. Just put in the effort to make your content enjoyable. Would you want to watch it? Think of that when you stream. I would always, especially when making clips, I would watch my streams. After it was over, I would go to the VOD. When I was before I would start making clips, I would watch 5 minutes at a time and think to myself, if I was just some random person, would I have fun watching this? Would I stay in this Twitch chat or would I leave? Another big thing that worked for me was networking with other streamers. I'm going to shout out one of my favorite streamers I've networked with, Groovy Tony. Before me and him even hit affiliate, back when we were stuck at 2 or 3 viewers, I popped in his stream one night and we started talking. I liked the vibe in his stream and I kept coming back. Then I mentioned, hey man, I stream too if you ever want to check me out. And then he started coming to my streams and we just kept talking. We built a really good friendship and our goal was help each other grow. That's something you can look into. Find somebody you hit it off with and it's the same level you are and you all want to both grow your channel, have that same goal. And that was a big help for me, and he said it was a big help for him too. We've went from 2 to 3 average viewers to sometimes 4 to 6. Sometimes we even have 8 to 12 viewers. And that's been a big thing. Another thing I highly recommend is try, and it's going to be easier for you as you're starting out when you only have these few people that return. Try to remember everybody. Because I have regular viewers that make it easy to remember them. They're there every single night. But I also have viewers from other sides of the world that 10 p.m. my time is 4 a.m. their time. But they still try to make an effort to come back. I always welcome them with open arms. And I make them feel like, they're wanted there because they truly are. I like chatting with these people. I have a good time when they're in my chat. And, remembering these people, it's a big help. I've had some of those viewers tell me, I'm surprised you remembered me because I popped in and it was like 3 weeks before I came back. Just always treat your viewers like you're very happy to see them when they drop that like, when they drop that first chat, when they chat for the first time in that night of the stream. If they're a regular viewer, each time they send their first message, be like, hey, I'm really glad to see you. Another big thing that's helped me after hitting affiliate, because once you hit affiliate, it becomes another challenge because you're trying to get your subscribers so your viewers aren't sitting in ads. When you have new people come in, they're getting hit with ads. I make it as interactive as I can with my channel point redemptions that it gives you after you hit affiliate. I have an extension called Tangia that when they spend their bits, they can make stuff pop up on the screen. And, that's been a big help for me as well. Another thing that's a big help for me is, make sure your audio quality is good and your camera's not completely pixelated. I'm not saying by no means go out and buy the most expensive equipment that you can to stream with. That you can have a budget camera and a budget mic, and you put in the work, and you can make it look and sound really good. People aren't going to stay for a stream that's, you sound like you're talking in a fishbowl, or you look like you're a Minecraft character. That they just probably won't stay for that. my advice to everyone starting this journey or in the same spot of the journey that I am, just always be friendly, be as entertaining as you can, really fight that feeling of discouragement. It's going to be tough, but you can fight through it. And just have fun with it. Don't sit here like a stick in the mud with your face in the camera like this. Not the camera, but your game screen. Just focused on your gameplay. Try to read your chat. And I get it. There's going to be times like you have to lock into a game that you're going to miss a few messages, but make your best effort to read those messages. Make your viewers feel welcome. Make them feel that they're there. Make them feel appreciated that they're there. And, you put all these things together and you can take tips from the bigger streamers. Some of my things I've tried has worked. Some of the things I've tried that bigger streamers have recommended haven't worked. It just depends person by person. It's not rocket science. It's really not. Just don't treat this as a job, because then you're really going to get stuck in a rut of not having fun with it, and then your stream is going to sink. Try to have as much fun as you possibly can with it. And just, it'll come over time, I promise. And, who knows? Maybe a year from now, when I look back at this video and I make a update from a year from now, when I make that update video, maybe this is going to be embarrassing because maybe I'm stuck in the same spot and I just spilled y'all a lot of crap, because it was working for me at this point in time and then it just stopped. Or maybe it'll be the latter and maybe I'll have 60 to 80 viewers average. You never know. But I did want to make this video to try to give some tips of when you're going through this journey, what's been helping me, what's not been helping me, how I fight through the discouragement, how I get people to return to my stream and to want to chat and want to spend bits, want to subscribe. And I want to document this journey. So I'm going to return a year from now, look back on this video, make an update video, and we'll see where we're at from there. If you're a small streamer in the same spot as me, or maybe you just started Twitch or you're thinking about starting Twitch, drop a comment down below on if any of these tips you think will help you. If they do help you, let me know, please. If you have any tips you want to share, if you have any moments of discouragement you want to talk about, please feel free to drop any of those in the comments. Please feel free to like and subscribe and check out my other content. You might find some shorts or some videos you get a good laugh out of. And that's my goal. Like my whole chat, my whole stream, and my YouTube, my goal is I want to give something that will give somebody a good laugh, because this world is too nasty nowadays that, people deserve a time to laugh. If somebody's had a really rough day or they're going through a rough time in life, I want my stream to be a space where they get to escape that reality for even just a little bit and feel happy. But I will see you all in an update video a year from now. I will continue to post shorts of my gameplay, and I'll post long form content videos of games I play as well. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you want to catch me live, I stream on Twitch every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern to around midnight. The channel name for my Twitch is the same as the YouTube, Leroy_Stankins113. And that was, before I end the video, that was one more thing I forgot to mention. Consistency is key. Find you a schedule that works for you and those around you and stick to it as much as possible. Y'all have a wonderful day.